Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Techno Dinosaur meets the IT Geek. I am Willie Nicol, the Techno Dinosaur, so named because I'm technologically challenged. However, I'm also a personal development life coach based in Troon, South Ayrshire, Scotland, UK. With me today is my usual partner in crime, David Logan, the IT Geek. So, David, how are you today and where are you?
Hi, Wally. I'm great. I'm David Logan, the IT Geek, the guy who kicks the Techno Dinosaur's butt. Partner in crime. Based here in Annan, southwest Scotland, and it's a sunny day.
You're lucky, David, it's quite overcast here. However, without further ado, a few weeks back we spoke about the differences between laptops and Chromebooks, and you were kind enough to explain what these differences were. A supplementary question is as follows. Can you install Microsoft Windows on a Chromebook?
Short and simple for the Techno Dinosaurs out there, no. Yes, you can. So it's no for the end user, the Joe Blogs. Yes, for the guys that love technical stuff, that love learning new stuff, getting into them. So the reason for that, Chrome being part of Google, decided that no, you cannot install any other operating system on our hardware. Chromebook being the hardware, the computer, the laptop. Yes, we went through the last video. Chromebooks are cheaper to buy, last longer, less memory, run more efficiently. But can they install other operating systems easily? No. Why not? Just told you. How you can do it is you need to change the firmware of the Chromebook. So the firmware is to reprogram it. But it's like everything else. Once you learn how to do it, it's easy to do. So the basic answer is no, you can't. But if you want a full operating system, full desktop on the Chromebook that works on the machine itself, you can go for stuff that's like compatible with Linux, which is another operating system. You okay with that so far?
So far, yes, I'm just about keeping up.
So if you really want to use Windows, our advice is stick a Windows computer. But then there is some amazing benefits for the Chromebook and Chrome operating system, as we discussed the last time. It is possible to install Microsoft Windows. Great difficulty. My advice is stay clear.
Okay.
But the software and app availability for the Chrome operating system is massive. It's out there in the Google apps. It's like the Google app, the Google apps that's on your phone, but it's a Chrome version of the app, and it's growing all the time, the apps.
Do you think then that there's any chance of Google or Chrome or whatever allowing other operating systems, or is that how it's going to stay?
Potentially, yes. But that may be down the line. So I'm just reading through here, yeah, so Chromebook really, I would say Chromebook is used for your general user that's traveling, wants to take photos, wants to check email, wants to browse the internet. But if you want to go into account software, CAD software, maybe even artistic software, where you can modify photos or videos, you may struggle with a Chromebook. If you remember rightly, the Chromebook, Chrome operating system is light. It stores very little on the actual device itself. It's mostly on the cloud.
So I'm guessing is you decide what you want your device to do for you, what you need it to do, and choose accordingly.
Yes. Yep. So it's like when somebody comes to me, they want a new laptop, new device. I sit down with them. Doesn't matter if it's a business or it's a family or a friend. I say, what do you want this device to be used for? And from there, we can decide, is it a laptop? Is it a computer? Is it a Chromebook? Is it a tablet even? Or is it something, or if maybe that person's kind of cash rich and they're quite happy going for Apple devices. I'm not saying Apple devices for cash rich people, but some, it's almost like not a trend. Apple, you've got Apple lovers out there that prefer to go for Apple devices. I, being an IT geek, don't go that route. I prefer to stick with Linux or Microsoft Windows.
Yes, I concur about the Apple. My wife is an Apple fanatic, and yes, I do know how much they cost. Me, not so much, since I don't find them as user friendly as Windows and my old PC and whatnot. However, that's covered that. David, have you anything else to add?
What we can do, going back to the original question where you're asking, can you run Windows on a Chromebook device? You could probably do it through the remote desktop tool on Chrome. It says where you're actually connecting from your Chromebook onto a physical Microsoft Windows computer. That's one way of doing it. So basically, it's like another window within the Chromebook. Then you've got the full functionality. Now,
so does that...
you can have it on another machine, physical machine, or what you can do is by hosting space in the cloud. They've got a virtual machine there, and you can use a remote tool to go onto that system, and it's Windows, it's powered by Windows. Everything's there for you in Windows, cloud-based again.
But you mentioned earlier, before we come on, that if you don't have a good internet connection, you can't access the cloud, and then you're effectively snookered.
Very true. So that is one good question that you need to ask when you've got people there, where you have internet access on your travels. Now, if you're like a backpacker, I'm thinking here out the top of my head here. If you're like backpacking, I imagine some areas in back areas of Australia don't have internet access. Although I do know Bezos and Amazon guys and all these millionaires trying to put satellites out, so it's covered. You've got 4G covered. But there's, even in the backwoods here, back at Lockerbie, I know this area is totally dead. Doesn't matter what mobile network you are on, you get no signal.
Yes, quite so. I've experienced that also. However, I think we're coming towards the end of our time. Thank you very much, David, for explaining that. Can you put Microsoft Windows in a Chromebook? Basically, no. However, unless you know how to. So thanks again, David. Only remains for me to say to the viewer, I hope that was useful for you. And remember to stay safe, stay well, and have some fun. Goodbye for now.
To the viewer, thank you for listening. Thank you for following. Now, you can find any of our videos on the internet. Just go into Google or whatever your search engine you use. That's a good question, Wally. What is a search engine? And type in the Techno Dinosaur meets the IT Geek. You'll see us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. And we've got a website. They're all interlinked. As well as says, have fun, stay safe. Catch you next week, everybody.